Hello, everyone, and welcome to Between the Geeks. This is
Hi,
post
Sean.
episode
Hi, Andy.
8.
Excellent. Excellent. We were just talking about books. Have you been reading any good books recently?
No, no, my eyes don't like it when I read books anymore.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Darn.
not a subject for getting the. I'll tell you guys later,
There's
but
audiobooks too.
that is true. That is true. My wife does a lot of audiobooks. It's on my list right now is I have been trying to get into Jim Zub's. I forget what the name of the series is, but it's like Heroes of Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
It's a graphic novel series.
Okay.
Official D&D graphic novel series. But I have like books 4 and 5,
Oh, interesting.
and I didn't realize that it was books 4 and 5, and so I need to get 1, 2, 3, and 6.
Did you start reading?
No,
Oh.
no, I've specifically avoided starting it because I didn't want to jump in 2/3 of the way into the story.
When I was like, I don't know, a teenager in high school, someone got me a copy like at a tag sale of a Star Wars book. It was the second book of the Timothy Zahn's Thrawn
Oh boy.
trilogy.
Oh,
I was
gosh.
like, I went
Yeah,
and found
no.
the first book and got that. But those are, I've reread a lot of the Star Wars books that I read as a kid and they did not hold up, but that trilogy really holds up. And like, I wish that they had made episode 7, 8, and 9 that story.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, instead
Instead,
they
threw
saved
out
it
all
for
of the EU stuff. I mean, they did use Thrawn in one of the
he was in Rebels, which is
Rebels, yeah.
continued in Ahsoka.
yeah. Okay.
And that gets into weird stuff. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I wanted to jump in and talk about food.
Yes. Okay.
Food and games.
Ooh. Yum, yum, yum.
When I saw the topic came up, I was like, oh boy. This was what I was most excited for in the episode that I was in.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to talk about Unicorn Overlord food with Tuck, which is not any like unusual recipes or whatever, but it's the artists with everything else in that game went overboard on animating and illustrating the food. So it's the best looking
Best
food
looking
I've ever seen in games.
Gotcha.
But also, they just make some pretty like wild stuff for what's supposed to be pseudo medieval fantasy, where it's like, here's a pizza.
I mean, there's not really a good reason that pizza couldn't have been invented earlier,
Yes.
except that tomatoes were on a different continent
Yes. Yeah.
than the grains.
Yeah, they were a couple hundred years
Yeah.
out of being being on that plate. But we're also talking about it's a complete fantasy
Yeah.
world.
Game of Thrones has some great food and food descriptions and stuff in there, and a lot of people complained about it, but it's like, no, that's part of the point of it is saying like, look, the people in the north are eating this. They've got fish, and that's about it. Pine nuts, maybe. And then, but in the Reach, they got fresh apples and all this other stuff like that. And people were like, I heard some people complaining about like how much they talked about food in that, but it's setting each of the different cultures apart and describing what each culture is doing. And one of the other complaints was like, they're eating like turnips all the time. Turnips. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they don't eat? Potatoes.
Yeah.
Like, can I say for sure that I have not had potatoes 3 meals a day? I'm not sure that I can. There's probably been a day in my life where I've had like hash browns and then French fries and then mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, they're eating lots of turnips because they don't have potatoes.
Yeah. I think World of Warcraft's got to be another one.
World of Warcraft has a lot of food.
I in fact have
Yeah.
the World of Warcraft cookbook.
I'm sure you do, yes. That
Yeah.
does not surprise me.
I think at one point I actually had 2 copies of it.
That
That it was
also
like
does not
I had
surprise
one
me.
and then got another one
Yeah,
as a
someone
gift.
got it to you as a gift
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
It was either that or the D&D cookbook that
Mm-hmm.
I somehow ended up with 2 of them.
Yeah.
But that one is actually so with World of Warcraft specifically because you can make it's like spider kebabs. That prompted me to do some research to be like, do spiders have meat?
They don't have
don't.
muscles in the legs. It's pneumatic.
Yes. No, it's not pneumatic.
It's not pneumatic?
It is Hydraulic.
Hydraulic, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, these are sort of human-sized spiders.
Yeah.
Which
if they're big enough, they would have
they
to
would
have.
have to have meat like
Yeah.
lobsters do.
Yes.
In order to work that armature on them,
Mm-hmm.
because they simply would not be able to do it via hydraulic pressure. They're too big.
So hydraulic is fluid and pneumatic is air. Is that what the
Yes.
difference is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's just my little fun tidbit for the audience at home of just like, oh, I learned that if you're gonna have giant spiders, it's also it wouldn't make very, and this is for D&D folks at home too, doesn't make for very good enemies because if the spider's carapace is punctured enough that it causes fluid to leak, it starts leaking all of fluid, and then their legs
And
immediately curl up, and they can't move them,
Right,
Because
because
they've
there's
lost
no
that internal
hydraulic
pressure.
fluid.
So it means that like the moment you get a single hit on a giant spider in D&D, should just put it out.
if they're using hydraulics, but if they're
Yes.
not, like, if you think about it, stabbing a skeleton through the rib cage isn't going to do anything. But if it's magic, maybe it will. If your weapon is enchanted with radiant damage, like, there are certain things that in fantasy worlds that don't work based on real physics.
Yes. However, I prefer the giant spiders have meat like lobsters do.
Yeah. Or
Exploration.
crabs. Like crabs
Yes.
will have meat in their legs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just, once you get up to a certain size, you have to follow crustacean rules instead of arachnid rules.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between crustaceans and arachnids other than that one is in the water and one is not?
So they have different numbers of legs.
Okay. Like I know there's a thing in evolution that's called like carsification, where basically like things start evolving to be crab-shaped because that's the best shape to be. In the same way that like trees, like deciduous and coniferous trees, like we call them trees. They're just because they're just shaped like a tree, even though
Yeah.
their evolutionary paths are completely different.
Yeah, it's happened somewhere between like 4 to 6 times in different evolutionary branches, where the end result was crab.
Was crab, yeah. So there's
so
some
they're
things
not-
that we
they're
call
not- they're
crab that
crabs
aren't
not
really
related to each other at
crabs.
all, yeah. So yeah, but as far as other differences, I mean they are all arthropods.
Yeah.
I remember that much. It very much because here's the thing: we group stuff into very arbitrary
One of my
categories.
favorite podcasts is No Such Thing as a Fish,
Yes.
which is called that based on a quote by some marine biologist who spent 20 years studying fish to realize there's no such thing as a fish.
Yes.
That like a jelly, or even like two different things that we actually call fish that are fish, not like a jellyfish or something else like that, are less closely related than like elephants are to like ants.
Yeah.
It's the variety of undersea life is so amazing, and like we're just like like we've reached the point where like we don't call whales fish anymore, but we might as well with all the other stuff we lump into the fish category.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's because the weird thing is, I know there are folks who have like shellfish allergies who it's not a universal thing, but like there is some crossover between like not being able to eat lobsters and crabs
Yep.
and also not being able to eat bugs. Very niche thing we're getting into
Yeah.
where it comes up, but like, yeah,
I
like
doubt
they
that
could
comes
not
up
eat.
too often. What types of bugs?
So to be like grasshopper
Oh,
is a
okay.
common one, or ants.
Yeah. If they're chocolate covered or other fried,
and-
or I don't know
Yeah.
how many people eat them just plain.
Yeah, usually no, not just plain. Usually they're like roasted.
Okay.
I know scorpion's another one where they obviously remove the stinger.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get roasted. But yeah, it has something that has to do with like the outer shell. There's like some compound in there that
Yeah.
triggers the allergic reaction. So that is a thing. Just some exoskeleton dudes.
Are larger spiders hydraulic? Like
Yes.
All right, so I'm trying to think of the largest spider, the one in Australia. Is it called like camel spider or something like that?
No,
Where
Yes.
it's the size of a
camel
small dog
spiders
or
are
something?
in desert regions. They're not in
Hmm.
Australia. They're sort of in the northern
The
Africa, Middle East
Sahara.
region.
Yeah.
They are also not spiders.
Okay.
They're
Oh,
like
okay.
some other type of rat. They're sort of like harvestmen or daddy longlegs, where like they look like spiders, but they're something different.
Daddy longlegs apparently like there are things called daddy longlegs in different regions of the world that are not actually related to each other.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what we call
in the
daddy longlegs
in the
and
United States,
what
what
in
we're
the
referring to are harvestmen.
what in the UK they call daddy longlegs are actually different. I think
Yeah.
like theirs are actually spiders, but ours aren't, or something.
Yeah, I think they're like cellar spiders is the common name here, where they are actual
Taxonomy
spiders.
is weird. It's literally all made up.
Taxonomy is complicated enough without getting into common names.
Yeah.
So, not to veer wildly off topic from food and games,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Evolutionary biology is a part of food, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and just, you get into sort of Delicious in Dungeon type stuff of like, what sort of meat can we make out of this monster? Which I'm actually running a game right now in Daggerheart that's based on that.
Interesting.
And the campaign frame is called Beast Feast, and it's
Beast Feast. That's a much catchier name.
or it's like a cross between Delicious in Dungeon and or Dungeon Meshy
Yeah.
and Monster Hunter.
Okay.
So it's like you fight big giant monsters or normal sized monsters or whatever. But like the storyline is you come from a village where there was protective magic that prevents monsters from attacking. That magic's failing. Monsters are attacking, causing food shortages. So you are sent out as an unwilling group of adventurers to go figure out why the magic is failing and
Yep.
fix it.
And in the meantime,
And they can't send any food with you because there's no food.
Yeah.
So you have to cook what you find, and that is how they tie into like how you regain hit points, how you manage stress, how you get hope,
Yeah,
and that stuff. It's a lot of fun.
that's cool.
I adapted this to D&D, so it's also like how you get your spell slots, hit dice, all that. But yeah, and it was the group made. It was owlbear wings with a sweet and sour glaze. Yeah, with sweet sour glaze and like some sort of side dish or whatever.
Plant creatures
Those
would
are
be
s-
interesting to eat, like animated plants, like shambling mounds or other stuff like that. Like, because
Shambling mounds would be awful because it's
yeah.
just like a big mass of rotting swamp vegetation that somehow conducts electricity, like much more so than like a normal creature would.
yeah,
Because that was always a weird of like they somehow absorb and redirect electricity.
yeah, but
I
like
think that's just a Gygax thing.
I think, yeah, like plant creatures, like because like you're talking about like you harvest the owl bear and you get the sweet and sour glaze. Well, where's the sweet and sour glaze coming from?
So the sweet and sour glaze came from other monsters.
Oh, okay.
Where for Monster Hunter fans, I made a version of Jagras, which
Yeah.
which were introduced in Monster Hunter World. They're like wolf-sized iguanas,
Okay.
basically, and they're like shaped like wolves. So terrifying because iguanas are mean.
Yeah.
So to like make them wolf-sized, and they hunt in packs and everything. But
But it's a very carnivore heavy diet. Like, wouldn't you want to fight some plant monsters to get some plant parts? So you don't get constipated.
so one of the things they did was they were able to forage as well,
Okay.
where you find a lot of your plant stuff. But being Beast Feast, I wanted to make a bunch of sort of Monster Hunter monsters that took like a little bit of inspiration from Adventure Time and made them like food monsters. So these were Jaggery, which Jaggery is like a type of like sugar. It has like a savory, almost savory, like smoky taste to it. And so I combine the two. So like they have like syrupy blood.
Interesting.
And like when their scales fleck off, it's like sugar. So they provided a lot of sweet components.
Gotcha.
And so that provided the base for their syrup that they also then added like some like acidic components to add, like a sour element.
Oh, I thought of a fantasy world whose food I would really want to try, and that is Dimension 20's Crown of Candy.
Yeah.
Like
For
for those not
reasons.
familiar, it's Game of Thrones, but with all of the major food groups. So it's not like Candia is the world where the main characters come. It's very much like the North in Game of Thrones. But then there's also Vegetania, the Meatlands, like all these other places.
The Dairy Sea?
Dairy Isles.
Or the Dairy Isles, yeah.
Because it's Isles, not like AISLE, like
Yeah,
Dairy
yeah.
Isle. And then Ceresia is the grain one, and
Yes.
then Fructera is the fruit one. But yeah, and like the Capitol building is the Great Pyramid of Food, but they're like in Candia, like their horses are like marshmallow meeps.
Yeah.
But like they're growing like gumdrops, like big giant gumdrops, and all sorts of other crazy stuff. It would be weird to have like food that looks like candy but is a vegetable, or looks like a vegetable but is meat, or looks like meat but is a dessert.
Yeah.
That would be just a wild ride.
Which I've seen that.
Wahlburger.
I'm on
I don't know
enough
how you would make it in the real world.
I'm on enough culinary TikTok to know that there are confectioners in particular
Yes.
who are experts at making things that actually look like other food, and
Sure.
then you cut into it and it's cake.
Sure. Yeah.
Harder to do the other way around.
Right.
It's much harder to make a slab of meat look like cake
Yes.
or like a salad.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So yeah. Any further thoughts from you guys?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I was trying to think of pet peeves. I had one.
Ooh.
But it's gone. Yep.
Must not have been that important.
No. Honestly, my thing is I get that like secondhand embarrassment when watching stuff. So like if somebody does something that's like too awkward, like I have to leave the room.
People kept telling me to watch like The Office or like Parks and Rec, and I couldn't get past the first season of Parks and Rec. I've seen clips of some of the later stuff, and it's not that bad, but I can't watch that kind of show.
My wife is going through Big Bang Theory again, and there's a lot of that where it's just like I gotta leave. No, I can't. And I actually like that show, but there's
You
times
do?
when I'm just
I don't like Big Bang. Like it doesn't feel like it's
controversial. I know.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's written from inside the geek community for the geek community. Like maybe it's written from inside the geek community, but it's like the primary audience is not. And so it feels like it's like, oh, look at these people, laugh at them, not with them.
Yeah.
Is my big issue with that. And just a lot of sitcoms just don't have as much humor as I want there to be.
Yeah.
Like you watch Futurama or The Simpsons, and there's like 20 jokes a minute, and even if you miss some of them, you're fine.
Yeah.
Whereas, like for me, Big Bang Theory is like, we're gonna make a joke, pause for laughter.
Yeah.
And
I mean
the joke is just, oh, they can speak Klingon.
that's standard network television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't appeal to me
I
that much.
do have a pet peeve, and it's mostly badly done video or film and TV adaptations of video games, and there's too many, and like there's
too many.
if it's badly done and it's still fun and cheesy, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I still think the first Mortal Kombat movie is like probably one of the best. For a time, I was like, this is great. Like, this is what Mortal Kombat is. It's cheesy. It's over the top.
Yep.
Like, the plot's not good, people. Like,
Yeah.
but then, I mean, we got Monster Hunter. And Monster Hunter was terrible. It
Really?
wasn't even like cheesy fun. It's like a bunch of real world soldiers, like it's like a real world military force,
Okay.
get sucked through a portal
Okay.
into the Monster Hunter world,
Okay.
and like for some reason suddenly like the guns don't work, and I'm like, but that's not how Monster Hunter works. Like they don't have guns, but they have essentially crossbows that fulfill the function of guns because they're built like guns that
Yeah.
just are repeating crossbows.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the dialogue, the script was bad, but yeah, that would be my biggest
I like
pet peeve,
movies
is
that
when
are
when
that
people are
so
trying to
bad that they're
do
good. Yeah.
people are trying to do like serious adaptations of video game properties, and when the video games themselves don't take themselves that seriously.
Yeah.
So, like, we're talking a movie that's about a game franchise where you can take a hammer that's 20 times your size and spin somersaulting through the air with it to hit a big monster on the head. Like, it's not that serious.
Realism is not a good genre for an adaptation.
No,
Yeah.
no. And that's why I think games that have done it well, like the newer Super Mario movie, we don't talk about the other one. The Sonic franchise of movies has done really well because they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think that wraps it up. Thank you for joining us on Between the Geeks. Peace out.
Peace out.
I don't know how we're supposed to end this.
I don't remember how we're supposed to end it either. Bye, everybody.